Good day, and welcome to My Bad Poetry.
No, that was one
I
time.
didn't write down the intro, but
Yeah.
youth, yesteryear, or the other day, why are you doing this to me, Aaron? I'm Aaron.
And I'm sad.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Rhyme or free, it doesn't matter to me. It's my bad poetry. Good day, and welcome to My Bad Poetry, a podcast where we take a deep dive into our poems from youth, yesteryear, or even yesterday, always asking the question, why in the world did I write this? I'm Aaron.
And I'm Dave.
And today, we get to go back to where it all started. As we do a deep dive into my dabbling with poetry between 2004 and 2008 when I was in high school. Dave, we've put it off long enough for season 4.
Dear listeners, I promise we'll find a guest again. You won't have to listen to this kind of junk.
Yeah, we thought we were done. We had 3 anthologies, but there's more.
There's another book of flowers.
Actually, no, there's not another book of anthology. There's another. I got what you said there. Yes. No. There is not another anthology. These are loose poems. 4 of them exist only typed.
Okay.
And I have a theory that they were high school projects.
Oh, that's going to be so much worse.
Yeah. And then there are a few more in the journal that never made it into a typed version. So
okay,
we have some stuff we can pull from here if ever it's the 2 of us.
So the other ones, like in the Wolf Journal,
Yeah,
we've discussed that you didn't imagine them finding an audience for a very, very long time. So it was more your own personal reflection. And if possible, we're going to hear stuff that may have been written for a class that was meant to be read by teacher, possibly other students.
By other humans, yes.
What Aaron thinks an audience would like to hear.
I think at least 2 of these are. I feel like...
Ooh, that's scary.
I know for sure Death is. But I'm not sure about... I don't know where this one we're going to do today truly is a mystery to me. So let's get into the realm of poetry. Dave, you hit us with what you got.
Okay. This is going to surprise you, but this is another autobiographical poem. She makes a beeline for the bowl. No, 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 she yells with all her might. He steps back in fear and concern. Mom told me not to eat dog food. You shouldn't eat dog food either, puppy.
But that's for Goliath.
Right? But it was a beautiful scene of, like, we had been very, very clear with our daughter. No, this dog food is not for you. Yes, it's on the floor. Yes, you can reach it. Do not eat it. And then the next time our dog went for the food, she was very clear. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, it's his food. His food, sweetie. Very sweet.
I like that poem.
I think it's good.
That's cute. That's a fun little poem. It's a snapshot. Yeah. Aw. Well.
And now we get a snapshot of what Aaron thought was meaningful years ago.
So today I bring us a poem called The Hall.
Hall as in what you carried home? Or hall as in a building? Like an old German beer hall?
No.
Or a hall as in, I can't think of a third thing that isn't the one I know that you think it is?
It's that corridor between rooms.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. So this actually is found in Thoughts of a Misunderstood, the typed version.
Oh, gosh.
This was the 4th poem in the typed anthology. So it just follows after Truth, I, and I don't even remember.
So many forgettable poems.
So it's the fourth one, but it wasn't in the Wolf Journal. So back in season 1, we skipped it.
You're welcome.
Yes. So either I wrote this inspired as I was typing the Wolf Journal poems. I wrote this in the document and not in the journal, or this was a high school assignment that I worked into the anthology.
You found it valuable enough to
Yes,
include.
yes. I have no recollection whatsoever. So here we go.
I am really waiting to find out that this wasn't a poem that you wrote, but one of your sisters typed it on your computer. You're gonna get a very angry phone call.
At this point in time, both my sisters were in college. So it would have had to have been on like a spring break if they did that. But
they came home for a weekend, smashed their face against a keyboard, and now we have to read this poem.
So this is called The Hall. And I'm going to try and read it as we've learned, where I don't make a break with the breaks, because this has a lot of breaks.
Oh, good.
It's very... we'll get into it. The hall I travel leads to no rooms. I have walked it for some time now. When the exit door shall come, I do not know. I run looking for an end. I'm trapped and alone. No doors lead out. I cannot turn around. The hall narrows, the light dim, darkness. Will I ever find a way out? I am trapped forever, alone.
We are back to the Aaron poetry, dear listeners.
It's been a while. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Okay. First impressions.
First impressions. So I am a big fan of Edgar Allan Poe.
Uh-huh.
He has a lot of poetry that I truly love and that I find a lot of hope in. But when I was in college, we did a commissioned piece from one of the world's greatest composers.
Oh, is that Whitaker?
It was Eric Malthusian Whitaker. I don't actually know his middle name. It was a poem by Poe called Alone. And I have yet to be able to read that poem without like feeling visceral hate again for the song that we had to sing. And the fact that you used alone multiple times in this, and it's about as nonsensical as the chord structure that Eric Whitaker uses in each and every one of his songs.
Dave, I think you blew your good or garbage metaphor here right at the beginning.
Yeah.
You're out of practice. Out of practice here. So the hall here, it's extremely narrow on the page. The longest line is, I have walked it for some time now. And I think this could look like a concrete poem. It's very narrow, like a hallway.
That's an interesting point. It's not done well as a concrete poem.
No.
If you're trying to convey something with it, you could have started with longer lines at the front and narrowed down as you're talking about the hall narrowing.
Yeah.
Also, what's the difference between a hall and a hallway?
I honestly don't know.
Like, would a hall be like a place where you are, like a grand hall?
Oh, like a ballroom hall?
Yeah.
I will say this is for sure, it should be a hallway.
Sure.
Yeah, but that's a good point.
Okay, fine. UrbanDictionary.com. Let's see what a hallway is.
First is a hall.
First is a hall.
Well, in the challenge, a hall brawl is a very narrow line that they have to run past.
No one cares.
Okay.
A corridor or narrow passageway, the large entrance room of a house, a vestibule, a lobby. It feels like it means nothing, because then it goes into a large room for gatherings, an auditorium, a convention hall, a concert hall. It literally means a space in a building, essentially.
That's amazing.
And then you change it to an M and it's a mall, and then everything goes out the window.
But my hall narrows. So whatever room I'm in, it seems to be one way with no doors, and it's narrowing.
So like a stage. Like you're out in the auditorium in the seats and it narrows towards the stage.
Oh, more
Oh
amphitheater.
my gosh, you could do cool things with this. And by you, I mean not you. And by cool, I mean definitely not cool.
Oh, yeah. I feel like this should have been 10 lines shorter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 lines shorter. I think it should have just stopped with I'm trapped and alone.
I think it should have stopped with the T in the for hall. But yeah, we could do that. I think if you shortened it to I'm trapped and alone, there's at least something a little more interesting because it has a more diamond structure to it.
Yeah. This looks more like a candelabra.
Yeah. But then you'd have to bring that the hall narrows up.
Oh, sure. Yep. Yeah.
Well, an ending. Okay, I'll give you this. I like the last line that you have in there. I am trapped forever alone. And that's 2 lines with alone separated out.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I am trapped forever, but I am trapped forever alone. Like, it lets the audience decide how they want to emphasize it in their own voice.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's that ambiguity that I can appreciate.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Dave, what do you think I was trying to get at here as a, what would we say, sophomore of, when did I write anthology? I typed it in 2006, a 16-year-old.
I'm assuming this is you being all metaphorical, talking about trapped alone in the confines of my mind as I run through the deepness that no one else understands because only I can know that I am deep.
Yes, but you know what I think I'm doing here? I remembered the third poem that comes before this. It's life. This is my first shot at a metaphor of life. A long hallway with no doors, and the existential question of when that exit door shall come. I do not know.
I like this more than the garbage that started off that anthology.
Fair, yeah. which makes me feel like this was something that came out of me typing it.
Right.
Because it feels just slightly more nuanced than what is life. It's ups and downs until everything's a down.
Yeah. So you typed this around the time that you were writing the second anthology?
Let's look at the dates here.
Okay.
So, Thoughts of a Misunderstood was typed in January of 2006. The first poems of that anthology was written in the Wolf Journal in 2004.
Okay.
So my theory is I started typing those first 3, and then I was like, oh, I have another metaphor for life. I'm just going to tack this hall one in here.
Sure.
That's my theory.
It's a terrible theory, but, it works.
Yeah.
Wait 1 second. I'm sorry. Listeners, you get to hear behind the curtains a little bit here. You typed it and then days later created those Microsoft Paint covers?
Yeah.
That wasn't like I'm bored this afternoon, I'm just going to screw around until something happens?
No, yeah, it looks like so started typing it on January 14th. I created that lovely first cover February 11th. And then Thoughts of a Boy and Other Sad Stories, the day I printed it was the day I created that cover. So
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Microsoft Word metadata.
Oh boy.
So, knowing the themes that come from the other anthology, like especially Analogy of Life, when I was looking at darker thoughts around life and stuff, I feel like the hall has just a similar kind of running theme of like I'm trapped in this life and I'm not quite sure where the end is, and yet I'm looking for it.
Looking for the end of life?
I don't know. It says I run looking for an end. It's that is ambiguous there. It doesn't
Right.
say the end, just an end. It's like I want off this escalator or something.
Now that is interesting because so the hall narrows, the lights dim, it feels like you're coming to a point, but it's just darkness there, and you're trapped forever. So it could be an ultimate end, but it could also be an end to the current circumstance of the hall narrowing, like finally finding that door to get out from what feels like a more and more constricting environment.
Yeah. Where the light bulbs are just out at this point, and then if I
Yeah.
walk a few more steps, eventually I'll see the light again. It's not yeah, the finality is not there.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm talking myself into this one.
That's
There are some
hilarious.
there are some edits you could make in here to push some interesting metaphor.
Yeah. I think I would definitely get rid of the I'm trapped and alone, I'm trapped forever and alone. Or trapped
Yeah.
forever alone. I repeat myself too much for such a short poem.
The other option is to really hammer it in there and put it in once or twice more
As a refrain.
to make to make it more of a refrain. Because you are right in that like uncanny valley of is this intentional or is he just not creative enough to come up with another thing to say?
Did I realize I already said that? I love how this is back to that. I had no clue what a break in what an enjambment was.
Right.
And so every single line, except for two, have either a comma or a period or a question mark.
Yep.
Punctuation is everywhere because I don't know what enjambments are at this point.
I also feel like I haven't made fun of you enough for the fact that the poem is called The Hall, and the first words of the poem are The Hall.
That's a cake title if there ever
That's
was
a
one.
cake title. Wow. Please don't remember the fact that I didn't have a title for my poem this time.
That's true. You did. I didn't even catch that.
I'm very good at being lazy.
Well, Dave, when we finally see each other in like 7 years from now, we will both give each other cake.
Yeah, we owe each other a lot of cake.
I miss you, buddy.
I do too.
Yeah.
If I say I miss, I do too, does that mean I miss myself?
Wow.
This is not going well.
Wow.
I don't know how the English language works.
Clearly, I do not either.
No, you're a very good writer, just not poet.
I mean, in some way, I mean, it's that it is an exploration of time. There's a movement forward which cannot be retread. But a hallway is not the best. I mean, it's a weird metaphor. I think it's used in other cases. Dave.
Are you thinking that you time traveled and watched what's his name?
Daredevil?
Moon Knight.
I haven't seen Moon Knight.
Oh, no, this is another metaphorical hallway.
Oh, okay.
I really like it. It's a
No,
good show.
The thing I'm thinking of, and this actually makes a lot of sense. So there's this little show, a philosophical indie flick that came out a couple years before this poem, but it was about the time that I was old enough to watch it. It was a tiny like indie darling.
Okay.
It's called Matrix Reloaded.
Oh, does that have anything to do with the extremely popular Animatrix?
I believe so. Yes. I mean,
Okay,
Animatrix
okay.
far more popular,
Yes, of course,
but
of course.
this little show, Matrix Reloaded, it had this hallway scene with a lot of doors and like I think the character's name was Neo. He had to pick the right door, and it was very significant. And a lot of metaphors were packed in there. I think high school Aaron really liked The Matrix.
High school Dave was also obsessed with the Matrix, and not in a healthy way.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that answers our question.
That's actually kind of hilarious, because now I'm imagining you sitting at your computer pretending you are Neo in the first Matrix movie, like typing code or something, and then Trinity shows up at your apartment.
But the hallway wasn't in the first one, was
No,
it?
I know.
It was the white
No,
hallway.
the hallway, that's with the, what's his name?
Because the engineer, he eventually walks through the door and has that lovely
Not
conversation.
engineer, is
Oh,
it?
the
It's
contractor?
Colonel Sanders.
Eh, the
Architect.
the architect.
I am the architect. Gosh, that got so convoluted so quickly, but I mean, the first two are at least still really good movies.
Yeah, they're fun.
I didn't watch the new one.
I haven't either.
I've heard good things.
I should watch that. Yeah.
Huh.
Anyway, so that was the haul, and that is all.
I was gonna make a joke about YouTube haul videos, which I realize is like 20 years behind the times to make a joke about that. But yours was worse somehow.
YouTube haul videos. Please enlighten me.
Oh, they're haul HAUL.
Oh, unboxing videos. Yeah, what they got in the mail or what they got.
Well,
Yeah.
unboxing videos are different. Unboxing videos, you take out one thing and you do it really slowly and boringly, talking about every single aspect and really
But what's
getting excited over the fact that they're in this really nice box.
So a haul video is more like when you get like a loot box or something from like
Yeah,
one of
or like
those-
you go shopping and you sit in front of the camera and go, I got this shirt. I got these pants. I got these shoes. They're horrible. I thoroughly dislike them.
Dave, we're on a podcast where we read through old poems from yesteryear, and people listen. So
Do they?
I mean, the numbers don't lie. We got like I don't know, like
I am so sorry. I don't know what genie's curse or monkey's paw you have wished on that has drawn you into listening to this podcast, but I pray for you and I hope the best for you, that one day you will be released from this pain.
we have some haul videos we'd like to recommend.
You are correct, sir.
Okay, Dave, good or garbage?
So there's another indie darling movie called Matrix Revolutions. Which one's the third one?
Revolution, right?
Okay, cool. Yes. So at the end of the movie, big spoilers, but there's a character called Deus Ex Machina, the god of the machine, which is an old trope for like the gods just fixing everything in the last minute. And it's a terrible cliche. It's a horrible way to do storytelling.
Unless you're Jasper Ford.
You make a good point.
Okay.
Actually, oh, you make a phenomenal point, because that wasn't a Deus Ex Machina.
It's hilarious.
I mean, oh my gosh, you guys read Jasper Ford. Stop listening to this. You can find Jasper Ford's books wherever good books are sold. You can find them at libraries. They're phenomenal.
Anyway,
But yes, a Deus Ex Machina. I was praying for a Deus Ex Machina to take me away from this poem, like my computer accidentally being thrown out of a window. That didn't happen. So I was forced to suffer through this poem, which was absolute garbage.
yeah, you were trapped. Sorry, bud.
Yeah.
Well, with that, we're going to end this week with the words of a true poet. We're going to revisit a poet that we've used in the past, Dorothy Parker. This poem is titled Paths. I shall tread another year. Ways I walked with grief, past the dry, ungarnered ear and the brittled leaf. I shall stand a year apart, wondering and shy, thinking, here she broke her heart, here she pled to die. I shall hear the pheasant's call and the raucous geese. Down these ways, another fall, I shall walk with peace. But the pretty path I trod, hand in hand with love, underfoot the nascent sod, brave young boughs above. And the stripes of ribbon grass by the curling way, I shall never dare to pass to my dying day.
A poem that evokes beauty, hope, and fear. Good stuff.
Yeah, Dorothy Parker. She knew how to write.
Unlike two people sitting in front of their computers right now.
Well, folks, this has been fun. We have more guests to come. But for now, this has been My Bad Poetry.
Now go and write your own bad poetry?
Oh, good job, Dave. You remembered.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
Since a rock and roll!
Rhyme free doesn't matter.